Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another exciting episode of Trial Tuesday where I get to try one or more new products for you. Today I'm trying the brand new Master Mattes eyeshadows from Makeup by Mario. I have 4 shades to test out for you today. I'm going to show you the different looks you can do with them, how they apply. So if you want to hear my thoughts, you want to see what different looks you can do with these eyeshadow palettes, all the fun things, please stick around. Please also leave a comment down below. Please also like this video and subscribe to my channel. All right. Let's get this party started. I'm so excited to get into these eyeshadows today. The packaging alone is just so pretty. Look at these. They're like little crayons or something. What I love about these is when you're fumbling around, you're maybe rushing, you want to grab a couple of eyeshadows to throw into your purse. You can tell which color you're picking just by looking at the packaging. You don't have to guess. You don't have to look at color names. These are great. The packaging to me is just so sleek. Look at that. The bottle is very firm, actually. It's not like a squeezy bottle. I thought it would be more squeezy, but it's actually very firm, very durable. I'm going to swatch these for you, and then we're going to have some fun putting these on. Okay, so as I'm swatching these, let me tell you a little bit about the product. These are the Master Mattes Long Wear Cream Eyeshadow. They are supposed to be sweat-proof, humidity-proof, crease-proof, all those things, vegan, cruelty-free, all the good things. So really, really great product, and I'm so excited to try. So this is the first color. This is Bisque, and this is described as a peachy cream. And these come in 10 different shades, and they retail for $25. And I only picked up 4 shades, but I may have to pick up more. Okay, and this is blush. This is described as a rosy pink. And what's great is it's a great shade range, so for any kind of undertone you may have, there is a shade that's good for you. And this is Espresso, and this is a deep neutral brown. And the next color is really, really beautiful. And this color right here is Slate, and this is described as a blue-gray. So these are the 4 shades that I picked up. Really beautiful. I wish I could have gotten more, but I was good for now. Okay, so I just want to let these dry on the back of my hand for a bit because I want to show you how strong these are and how pigmented these are and how budge-proof they are. So I'll tell you a little bit of story while these are drying. I tried to film this video a couple of days ago on the 4th of July. I had a couple of hours free in between activities, and I stupidly forgot that 4th of July means fireworks. Fireworks make noise. And so as I'm trying to film this video, a lot of fireworks going off in the background. So it was not my best idea to try to film a video with fireworks going off all around me, but we live and learn, right? But the good part of that story is that I did have a little bit of the eyeshadow on my eyes throughout the rest of the day. As I was watching the fireworks at night, we were outside, it was hot, and this eyeshadow did not budge. It did not crease, it did not move. It looked as flawless as it did when I first applied it hours later. So to me, that was a good indicator that this is crease proof, it is sweat resistant, humidity resistant. Like I said, I was outside, it was hot, and that eyeshadow was not budging. So that right there is a good testament to how long wearing this product is. So I'm going in with Bisque all over the lid. On one side, I'll show you how it applies with my finger, and on the other side, I'll show you how it applies with a brush. Okay. So normally I would put an eyeshadow primer on my eye, but I'm not going to for today's video just so you can see how it applies without anything else. And that was just flawless. It just melted into the skin. Creates a beautiful blank canvas for your eyeshadow. If you were looking for a very no makeup look, you wanted something fuss-free, you could even throw this on, a little bit mascara, a little bit of eyeliner, and you're good to go. It's beautiful. But now going in with Bisque. And as you can see, I did not even have to get more product onto the wand. It had enough for both eyes with just one quick application. So just going in with my brush. This is the Makeup by Mario E3 brush. This is a beautiful brush for eyeshadow. Okay. So as promised, giving that beautiful diffused eyeshadow look. Just so seamless, so easy, so effortless. And I think it applied just as beautifully by using my finger as it did with the brush. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That's a beautiful base. And like I said, if you're going for that no makeup look, this could be a great one and done shade. Really, really pretty. So I do want to show you, these have dried on my hand. And as you can see, they're not budging. So I think that's a good testament to how long wearing and crease proof this product will be. Because again, these are not budging. And the other night when I was trying to film this video and had to stop, I literally had to wash my hands like 5 times just to get the color off the back of my hand. So I'm really, really impressed with the staying power of this product. So you could leave the look like this, but I want to amp it up a little bit. And I'm going in with the blush shade on top of Bisque. And just like I did with Bisque, I'm using my finger on this side and I'll use a brush on the other. This shade, I think you need a couple of coats just to really lock in that color. But I'm absolutely in love with this shade. This is unbelievably gorgeous. And it just makes the eyelids look so flawless. Like you don't see any imperfections. It just gives a beautiful, beautiful look to the eyelid. And I love when a product is buildable like this because you don't always want a super intense wash of color, but sometimes you do. So you have that option and that flexibility with a product like this. So that is blush right there. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit more product on the left side. Okay. Oh, I'm just in love with this color. It's so pretty. And it just blends out so easily. So that's one coat right there on this side. And again, just like with the Bisque, it's going on just as flawlessly with the brush as it did with my finger. That is blush. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh my goodness, so stunning. So, so, so pretty. And this is supposed to give a softly diffused matte look, and I think that it really does because my eyelids just look so soft, so diffused. There's no imperfections on them. Just really, really beautiful. And if you're familiar with the Armani eye tints, the texture is a little bit different. It's a little bit of a different finish. I think this is more like a traditional, eyeshadow palette type finish once it dries down. The Armani, it's a little bit more sheer, a little bit more, I don't know how to describe it. It's not as powdery. This is more of a traditional eyeshadow powdery look, which I love because you get the flexibility of having it be portable. You can bring it to work with you. You could throw it in your purse. I'm somebody who's always on the go. I always like to refresh my makeup during the day, or if in the morning I'm running out of the house, not that I'm ever rushing, right? I'm always on time, always. If I'm ever rushing out of the house and I just want to grab something quick, I feel like this product is a really easy product that you could just throw in your bag and go. And you don't even need a brush to apply it. You could just use your hands. So really, really love this so far. So now I'm going to take Espresso and put it right into the outer corner and into the crease a little bit to give this look a little bit more dimension. I'm going to take this and put it into the outer corner of the eye. These are very pigmented, so I'm going to try to be light-handed. So if you are layering these shadows, I would recommend using a brush because I just tried to put the Espresso color into that outer corner, and I went a little bit too much in the middle of the eye just because I was using my hands, which are kind of messy. But I would recommend using a brush. I just went back in with the blush shade and went over the middle of the eye again, and it's just covering my mess up very nicely. So these shadows are very workable because I was able to fix my mistake very easily. But I would just recommend that if you're layering these shadows, if you're doing anything in the outer corner, maybe use a brush. If you're doing a one and done shade all over the eyelid, I don't think a brush is necessary. So let me put a little bit more in that outer corner. Taking my E5 Makeup by Mario brush and just putting it into that outer corner. And that's going on much better. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I'm obsessed with these. Okay. And I feel like the Espresso shade, you probably could do a layer of the Bisque shade on top of the eyelid and then maybe do this all over the lid or 2/3 of the lid and you would be good. It's probably beautiful on its own. I would say do one eyelid at a time because they do dry down fairly quickly. Not super quickly, but for a little bit of a drier formula. Okay, so I did a little bit too much on the left, just slightly. I'll go back in with the blush shade on top. And I love that you can fix this very easily. A little bit more of the Espresso. And just taking my concealer brush and just cleaning this up a little bit. But look how beautiful this look is. Absolutely stunning. I love that you can play around with these. You can do different combinations and it's very easy to fix if you make a mistake. Very, very workable. Very user-friendly. Just look at this. I love this. And I love this combination of the blush with the Espresso. Absolutely stunning. I'm in love. So before I move on to the beautiful slate color, I do want to show you a quick comparison. So I took Bisque and blush and put them right here. And then I took 2 of the shades from the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlit palette. And I put it on my arm because I want to show you the difference in pigment and in the finish. So as you can tell, these are extremely pigmented. They're thicker in consistency. When you move up and down the arm like that, the eyeshadow from the eyeshadow palette really doesn't budge either, but it is a much more sheer consistency. These do not budge and they're extremely pigmented. So I just wanted to show you that comparison of the cream eyeshadow sticks from Makeup by Mario versus his eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so now I'm going back in with Bisque all over the lid. I've taken off the Bisque and blush and Espresso combo. And I'm just going to use a brush. I can't get over how creamy these are. It's just perfection. Okay, and taking the other lid and just brightening that up. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on picking up any of these colors, if you want to try this formula. I want to hear about all of it in the comments. Okay. All right, so that is Bisque. Just one layer on each eye because I don't want to make it too heavy, so when I put the Slate on top, it just has a nice neutral base to go on top of. Now, here is Slate. I'm so excited to try this color. So I'm going to put a little bit on the 2/3 of the eye, and I'm going to take a brush and buff that out. Oh. This is a smoky eye dream. Okay, I ended up just putting it all over the lid because I think it's a beautiful one and done shade. Okay, so that is in its very messy version, just one application. I'm going to take my concealer brush and just clean up the edges a little bit. That is stunning. I'll take a little bit more and put it on the lid. And take a little bit of a smaller end of the brush and just put that on the lid. I may just take my finger and just build it up a little bit because I want to put a little bit more on the center of the eye there. So right there in the middle. I'm just taking my concealer brush and just cleaning up a little bit of the edges there. Look how beautiful this is for like going out. Such a beautiful smoky eye look. Let me show you up close. Oh, so pretty. Oh my gosh. So now I'm going to take a little bit that's left over on this brush and just go under the eye. And please excuse the appearance of my eyes. For some reason, my eyes are very bloodshot today. And I've done eye drops and everything and just not clearing up right away. So I'm going to take a little bit on the tip of my brush, a little bit, and try to put it underneath the eye. You could even use this if you don't have an eyeliner on you, or you just want to use the same color as an eyeliner. You could do that as well. I just love how user-friendly these are because, like I said before, if you mess up, you can go in with a little bit of concealer, just clean it up, move the color around. Very user-friendly. So that is Slate by itself. On this side, I'm going to try to just put it a little bit in the outer corner, and then I may just top it off with one of these sparkle shades from this palette, just to show you how you can combine these cream eyeshadows with some of Makeup by Mario's other eyeshadow palettes. So for this, I'm actually going to take the brush and just paint the eyeshadow onto the brush itself, because I feel like that will give me a little bit more control on a shadow that I need to have a little bit more control over, just because it is so pigmented. Just putting that into the outer corner. Yeah. So I would recommend, if you're trying to do a more isolated application with these eyeshadows, maybe paint it onto the brush or onto the back of your hand and then put the brush into there, because as you can see, this was a much easier application when targeting a certain area. Okay, so that is one coat of Slate on the outer corner of the eye. I'm going to build it up a little bit more. Putting it into the crease of the eye, outer corner. So this could be like a great everyday look if you want a little bit of a smoky eye, but not something as dramatic as this side. This is definitely a more night on the town kind of vibe, but really beautiful. It's just effortless, this color. Now I want to show you how these cream eyeshadows pair with the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlit palette. I just want to take a couple of the shimmer shades and put it into the inner corner just so you can see how this cream eyeshadow pairs with a more traditional eyeshadow palette. This topper, ooh, ooh. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is stunning. Because the slate color provides just such a beautiful base color that if you do pop a shimmer on top like I just did, it just makes the whole eye pop. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of the gold right in the middle there. And this Moonlit palette is like butter. So pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go on the other side and just pop it onto the bisque part of the eye. Combine a couple of the shimmer shades. So two very different looks. Definitely more blue look on this side with a more multi-dimensional gold and then slate color on the end. You do want to add any kind of other eyeshadow to the look. It just provides a beautiful base for this sparkle shadow to really grip onto. Really stunning. Look at this. So I think that these cream eyeshadows work beautifully on their own as a one and done shade if you want to combine them, but also just to pair them with traditional eyeshadow palettes. Really, really beautiful combination and just so multifunctional, so multi-purpose, and just so user-friendly. So I'm really, really blown away by these eyeshadows, and I think they're great if you're on the go, if you want something quick and easy. During the summer, you just want something that you know will not crease, will not move, will not budge all day. These are an amazing option. So there you have it. That wraps up this week's episode of Trial Tuesday, and my final verdict for these Master Matte Cream Eyeshadows from Makeup by Mario is they're a must-buy in every shade. I love the way these apply. I love the way they wear. They're crease-proof. They just create a beautiful flush of color on the eyelids. Just absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that they're sweat resistant, heat resistant, all of that good stuff. So I really love these eyeshadows, and I definitely will be picking up more shades. So please let me know in the comments down below what you think. Let me know if you're picking up any of these shades, any other shades that you're picking up. I want to hear all about it in the comments. Please also like this video and subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.